Good morning, everybody. Most of you will recognise that building behind me. It's an absolutely stunning morning. We're here at Barston Lakes for the first Catch Fishing Cup match of this year. We've got 14 anglers here that have been split into two teams of 7, and they're going to be competing against each other right here at this fantastic fishery. It's a beautiful sunny day. It's Saturday morning. It's about 8 degrees at the moment. You can probably just make out that the grass, there is a little bit of dew on there, so it did go cool overnight. The fishing has been hard on here, I'll be absolutely honest, but the last few days have been about the same sort of temperature as what it is now. It's dropped slightly. It did peak 2 days ago where it was a little bit warmer, but we strongly suspect that that's woke a few fish up. So we're just about to draw. We're going to be fishing 10:30 till 3:30. And when we get down to the pegs, I'll explain the format to you, because this is an event that we are running 4 of this year. However, at the time of filming this, 3 of them have already sold out. There's only places left on the November competition, and I'll put a link underneath this video to that web page for you in case that's something that you want to consider taking part in. So we're going to go in, we're going to draw, and it's going to be a very interesting battle. The draw has been done. We are going in a few seconds. The sun's out. We've seen a few carp moving out there, a long way out, probably 70, 80 metres. Definitely signs of springs here. Everyone's just about set up now. We've been able to drive down here thanks to Nigel and the team here. We've been able to drive down, drop the gear off at the pegs, which is absolutely fantastic. Mr. Barlow is about...
Good morning.
Morning. He's going to keep in the check. How long we got?
About 30 seconds. Time!
There we go. Good luck, everyone. Good luck. Predictions, Dino?
No, just another win.
How do you think the fishing's going to be? Come on, we've got the sun out. Come on, we're coming out of winter.
It's one of them, isn't it? Because as soon we didn't have a frost last night, it was like 8 degrees driving down here. You automatically think everywhere's going to fish its head off. But through experience, we know that hopefully it's probably going to be difficult early doors, and then hopefully as the day warms up, we're hoping that a few fish are going to move around. But saying that, in these pegs here, in the normally good pegs here, there's been carp topping all over the shop. Unreal. So we just don't know. Hopefully, you know, it's going to fish okay. But steady, see what happens.
First fish of the day. I've been fishing about 14 minutes, something like that. Tim's in, Tim Baker, on a long rod. Assuming he started out long. Let's have a look. What's he got?
F1 by the looks of it.
F1 and a
Tim.
twig. Well done, Tim.
Yeah.
So he's off the mark. That's the first fish we've seen caught. Most people have started long. 1 or 2 people getting 1 or 2 liners. That Keith got one down there. Let's have a look. That's Keith Harrison just putting one in the net. He's second from end peg. Roger's on the end in the shades. So Keith's off the mark. These are really quite prolific pegs sometimes. You know, these can really be the area to be in the matches here. But as we look to the right, from this is Matt here, and then going right the way down there, there's just the odd person had the odd liner, but there aren't any fish caught down there. But it is still very, very early. Just over the half-hour stage, Mr. Baker is in again. Bit bigger fish, this one. On a method. Well done, mate. Is that your second, Tim?
No.
Third?
Yeah.
Making it look easy, mate. Yeah, so Tim's flying at the minute. He's got 3 fish now. And as you can see, they're all good fish. I haven't seen any skimmers or any silverfish caught yet. We're just over about 35 minutes in. Matt is into one now. He's just been really nice and patient. Looks like, I thought Lee had got one there. He's just sinking his line. Basically, this is peg 20. And as we go all the way down here, right the way down to the end peg, down there hasn't been a fish caught yet. Well, he says, there we go. There's a fish just been put in the landing net there. So there has been a fish caught down there. I'll find out what that is when I get down there. But up here on peg 20, Matt's into a fish. He's got a bream about £2. He's just fishing a really nice, patient match. Matt's been on quite a few of these days, and he knows the score. On days like this, you know, quite often you're not after many bites. You know, it's still very much winter style fishing. And as he's into one, that is Tim there. That'll be Tim's fourth. Jim, next peg's not caught yet. Dan's not caught yet, but the next one down there is Keith Harrison. Keith's got 3 F1s now, just fishing very similar to Matt. Fishing to a line clip, not too much of mega range, just nice and comfortable on the method feeder. So Keith's winning his pairs match down there. Hopefully Matt's going to land this one, and hopefully Tim's going to land his fourth. It's amazing how, in fact, there we go, there's another landing net there. That is Paul. Paul Beard's just netted a fish there. Can't quite tell what that is from here at the minute. It's great to see. We're less than an hour in and that there is so much action. It's more than what we expected already. That looks like a bit of a unit. Well done, Matt. That's a good fish. It looks like Matt could be having a real battle with Tim here. Has Tim lost his fish? Yes, Tim's just lost his, unfortunately. So Matt's got a 2-pound skimmer, and that's a heavy fish. So this is what this event is all about. It's about fishing in pairs. It's about fishing against the angler next to you. And this is how, you know, you've got a match now here where you've got Matt and Tim here that have both got numbers of fish. And then literally the next pair along there, which is Jim and Dan, neither one of them have caught anything yet. So obviously this is what keeps this event wide open. So the format for this competition is basically we've got 14 anglers here today. We have drawn out 2 teams, Team Harrison, Team Barlow, so that's 2 teams of 7. Those were drawn at random, and what basically happens is that those 2 teams compete against each other. Now, whilst this is a group coaching style event, it's one that we've been working on over the last 7 days. All these anglers here have been conversing with their team captain to formulate some sort of a plan about how we think, myself and Dean think, we would approach the venue today. But it's also about them as well, because there might be certain styles of fishing they don't want to do. There might be areas of their fishing that they want to focus on that they're more confident in, and that's fine. But obviously once we get here on the match situation, this is where they're getting like a live match scenario, you know, where we are working with them on their team plan, formulating it just to try and figure out how to get the most out of it and beat the angler at the next peg. So these anglers are in pairs, so basically Matt is on my team and the angler next to him, Tim Baker, is on Dean's team. So the only thing Matt's got to do is beat Tim at the next peg, and that's what everyone's got to do down here, simply beat the angler at the next peg. So this basically means that yes, these lads here are catching some fish, but down there where it's fishing much harder, those lads down there don't have to think about what's happening here. They're only trying to compete with the anglers at the next peg, and that's what keeps this event alive.
Nice to see some fish coming out, isn't there?
I was just saying that, especially so early on. More than what you expected.
Oh,
at this stage.
unbelievable. This fish topping though, it looks like they're starting to wake up in the good areas, of course. I mean, everyone knows at Barston that this area is really good, but there's fish topping, so it just shows you that they're there and they're moving around a little bit. So yeah, but there's been some fish caught, I think. So there's a skimmer and a carp. Tim's had a carp, 2 F1s, and just lost a carp. And one of the guys near the end, he's had 2 carp and an F1, so there's a few fish.
Just coming up to the hour, Steve, the sausage roll provider, has provided a fish. Well done, mate. A bit more of that breeze hitting it here than what it is down there.
Well, it will be, I mean.
That were a proper pull, that, mate, weren't it?
Yeah.
No hesitation, no warning. So he's off the mark. Lee at the next peg is yet to catch.
Homemade sausage roll.
Homemade sausage
Don't
roll.
care what team is in. I'm always for shouting for people who bring you food to the bank.
We are just about to hit the halfway stage, and it's been mega close. We honestly think that it's neck and neck with the teams. We really do. We've just had a quick count up on the points, but when I say it's neck and neck, there's literally 1 fish in just about every single section, or every pair of anglers. There's literally 1 fish in it. That's how close it is. So this is, you're currently watching Gary. He's into a carp now, or a big F1. I think he's on a method feeder. He's already had a bream, about £2. That was his first bite. This is his second bite on a method. There, that's a proper carp. That one, that's a good fish. Well done, Gary. So he's now winning this section. It was previously getting one with just one F1. So Gary's taking the lead there with, that's a very big fish, that one today. For everybody else, it's really slowed up in this last period. literally working our way right down there. 3 fishes best down there. Tim's got 3, Matt Blackmore's got 3, and Keith Harrison, he's got 3, but they haven't caught for possibly an hour, maybe more. They are right down there. So it has really, not that it's been great, but even the anglers that have caught, it has switched off for them in this last period. But as you've just seen, it's taken literally 1 bite there for Gary to go in front when he was behind. So we knew it was going to be close, but this is even closer than what we expected. But that's exactly what we want from this event, because these anglers can see what's happening. They can see what's being caught at the next peg, so they know that how they need to tweak their game plan in order to try and come out on top, and that's why it's great that they're only competing against the anglers at the next peg. Just coming up to the 90-minute stage now. Now, one of the anglers that's really struggled for bites all day has been Lee. However, a few minutes ago he cast out. I think he's changed something, I'm not sure what. Let's see if I can find out afterwards for you. I think I know what he's done, but he got a carp about £6, and then he's literally, next cast he's cast out, and as you can see he's playing a very big fish now, so this could possibly push him in front in this section. Steve was winning this section. I think he's got 3 fish, I think. But he's been playing this one for a while now. He's obviously not going to rush it. It's such a difficult match. There isn't anybody catching really, other than right down to my right, second from end peg down there, is Gary Mason. Gary's got probably 4 or 5 skimmers now. I think he's got at least 1 carp. So he's definitely winning that section at the moment. But this is how quick things can change. And the way that a lot of these anglers are fishing is that when that tip goes round, there could be an 8-ounce skimmer or something like what Lee's playing. Well done, Lee. That's how quickly things can change around in 2 casts. And this is why we, a lot of people like the format of this event, because each angler's just fishing against the angler at the next peg. And when it's as close as this, it's, every single bite, every single fish counts. We're into almost the last hour, and we've seen some big changes. This is how quickly things can change. Actually, you're currently behind Gary. Gary's been ticking over really nicely. He had a first hour and a half, 2 hours, it was really slow. He's just been ticking over. Looks like an F1 or a little carp on a method feeder, just casting out there, just off the front edge of the island, or on line with the island. He's really ticking over nicely. We've had 2 or 3 lads also down here catch carp, which has really changed things around. Mr. Barlow's here. What do you reckon, Dean, going into this last hour?
Do you know what? It's as though it's just come alive. There's more indications now. I've just seen probably 5 fish caught in the last 10 minutes, which is unbelievable to say. Hour before that, no one had a bite, but it's as though a few fish are starting to feed.
We're expecting a good last hour.
I hope so, yeah, I hope so, because the lads are putting so much hard work. It's always nice to get a reward, isn't it?
It is.
And Forest have just beat Man City. Get in.
We are into just over a minute left.
2 minutes.
2 minutes left.
There's still time to claw it back, Jamie.
Okay, then there is technically time. Whether it's going to happen or not, we'll find out.
Mathematically,
yeah,
still possible.
Didn't get as good late on as what we thought, did it?
Well, I think what happened was there was some good sport along this straight here at the start. Then it's really with the fish have moved down with the wind. It's, you know what I mean? What's happened is the wind's got up, and I think they've blown a few fish down, because those who've caught earlier have struggled, but the fish have moved out. But I'm just happy that there's been some bites to be had.
Yep.
Because there has, and we all know it's been fishing quite poor, but everywhere in the country's been fishing quite poor. But it's nice that the lads have had a few pulls, and I think we can go away that we've learnt something.
Yeah, definitely. As you can see now, look, that wind, flat calm here now. Quick, get pellet waggler out for the last minute. It's been...
What's one of them?
What's one of them? You see where the wind's hitting it down there. Gary Mason's down there, second from end peg. He's had some fish, but he's had some skimmers and bream, or bream, hasn't he?
He's had 2 bream, 2 skimmers. He's lost a bream, and he's got a big F1 and a carp, and I think he's got another carp on there.
Yeah, I think we could just see him just zoom in.
I just think the fish are just starting to wake up. But yeah, like I've said before, Jamie, where has been fishing?
I know.
Every fishery in the country has been poor this winter.
It has.
So,
Danny has managed to find a fish there. Tim and Matt, 2. He's got 2 fish.
Yeah.
And down at the bottom end there, Lee managed to find 3.
He's got 5 now. And he's just
5 altogether.
He's just netted another one.
That can't be far off it, can it, mate?
No. Oh, let me have a look.
Is it?
Hang on a sec. I shout up, pal. Time!
That's it, lads. Well done.
Right, guys, again, thank you for coming. Really appreciate you all putting the hard work and effort in to make these days what they are. But there has to be a winner again. And the final scores on the door is 5 sections to 2 for Team Barlow.
Well done, Team Barlow. Well done, Team Barlow. Well done, come on.
Top weight of the day, Gary Mason off the peg. I can't believe I've drawn there again with £30 10 ounce.
Well done, Gary.
Well done, Gary.
Well done, mate.
And then there was 3 £28 8s. So, you know, it's fished hard. And what we said to the last time we did one of these, just try and give a little bit back of like the downloads of what we've done as far as like the tactics and that are concerned. The start of the week, with all the weather being still on the cold side and that, the main message to Team Barlow was patience. Patience, don't panic if you don't catch early. If you keep doing the right thing at the right time, don't get too excited, start chucking bait everywhere, I'm sure you'll get rewarded. And that's exactly what's happened 5 out of 7 sections. So well done to the lads who's kept to the team plan. And you know, over 7 sections, you're not going to dominate over 7, but 5 over 2, I think is a great result. So I don't know whether you want to say anything about.
Yeah, I mean, feedback on tactics wise, I think certainly our team, if you go back through the email, very, very similar. You know, we didn't expect skimmers to even count for anything. They haven't been feeding, and I think those of you that have fish for them, no offence, you haven't caught them, have you? There's literally only been a handful caught, you know, so that's what we predicted, so that's worked out well. And the patient approach, because when you're sitting on a method like that, when it goes round, it could be one of them, it could be one of them. But some of it's taken 3 hours to get one, hasn't it? But when you've got one, some of you've got and won your section.
Like I said before, I truly believe there's that many fish in Barston. I think when you cast it to a certain distance, I don't think you're more than 2 foot away from a fish. Whether the feed or not is a different thing, but the way that we've approached it, hybrid and pellets, caught a few early, then the maggot trick that we did last time, maggots and ground bait and a few pellets, and then changing back was good for some people. So you've just got to be very confident that when you load that feeder up and you cast it in the right place, and most importantly, when you cast it, it's got to land right. Take your time, make sure when you cast, nice and deliberate, and you get to the clip and it lands nice. As soon as it lands nice, I think you get your reward. And to be fair, most of you has done that really well today. Still cold water fishing. I think we've been a little bit lucky that there was no frost last night, and it's been an absolutely beautiful day today. So I think it could have been a lot worse, but these are the kind of days that you learn more. You learn more about presenting your bait, because there's no gimmies, there's no easy fish to just take. We're in summer where they're all competing, you know, it's nice, but I think you learn more when the fish aren't really feeding, and all the little tiny tweaks that you do can get you those extra bites. So on to the winners' medals, and massive thank you to Roger for donating some little presents for the winning team.
Your Saturday night tipple.
And your Saturday night tipple. So I'll read through the team. Roger Highton.
Well done, Rog.
Well done, mate.
You're not having one.
No.
Dan Radley.
Well done, Dan.
Well done, mate. There you go. Who's next? Tim Baker.
Well done, Tim.
There you go, pal. Lee Brazier.
Well done, Lee. See, hey, Lee, you're getting clapped. They're clapping you, Lee. They must have seen your
The
performance.
crowd's going wild.
Thank you.
Paul Beardy's not here.
Paul's gone.
John Smith.
Well done, John. Well done, mate. Well done, mate.
There you go, pal. And last of all, I didn't want to draw there. I can't believe I've drawn there again. Why am I bother coming? Gary Mason. Oh,
Well
I've
done,
just done
Gary.
this.
Well done, Gary. Well done, Gary.